Time now for the Peter Channel Morning News on this Thursday morning, July 28th, 2016. Good morning to you all on this lovely Thursday morning, 28th July 2016. And our news and odds. Top story at 8:30 a.m. is Philadelphia, where Hillary Clinton's allies did everything in their power to set up her big moment on Thursday night. Now it's up to her to deliver. Berlin, German Chancellor Angela Merkel under pressure after two terror attacks by asylum seekers into space over a week said she was convinced that Germany could handle the influx of migrants and refugees. Beijing, China and Russia was holding a joint naval exercise in the South China Sea in September. The Chinese Defense Ministry said Manhattan regional tension followed an international tribunal rejection of Beijing's maritime claims there. Private UN envoy for Syria said he wants to see how the United Nations could coordinate professionally on this plan to help. Pyongyang, North Korea. North Korea's top diplomat for U.S. affairs told the Associated Express Thursday that Washington crossed the red line and effectively declared the war by putting leader Kim Jong on its list of sanctioned individuals. The second culprit behind the Nazi link attack was killed. A priest in a church was a teenager reportedly ignoring the security service as a potential Islamist militant. French President Francois Hollande, Interior Minister Bernard Cazeneuve, and French Prime Minister Benoît Valls during a meeting with the first representative of religious communities as terror attacks have had French authorities with shifted tactics and targets. Czech Wapol, a police official warned money to tries to break front security barriers to approach Pope Francis risk being shot. Jakarta, Indonesia has set to execute more drug convicts this week, according to the country's Attorney General. The Office of the Attorney General, Mohammed Praster, was not released details about this round of executions, but preparations are underway. The home flight simulator belonging to the MH370 pilot had a route plotted which ended in the Indian Ocean, officials have confirmed. Moscow, the Russian Defense Ministry has said a large-scale humanitarian operation will begin Thursday at Aleppo, which civilians and militants will be allowed to leave. Canberra. Police motorcycles lead procession to the cemetery after funeral services for Baton Rouge police officer Matthew Gerald at the Healing Place Church in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, as Vice President Joe Biden to speak at vigil for the slain Baton Rouge officers. Wayne James Ramsey, the former state budget director, was unanimously selected as the University of Louisville Board of Trustees as a School 17 president of schools. Much man played the University fight shot when he was introduced. As fire crews made progress controlling deadly wildfire in Southern California, Wednesday, another blaze continued to rage along the state's picturesque California Central Coast, killed a heavy equipment operator and triggered numerous trail closures. Baltimore. The six Baltimore police officers charged in the Freddie Gray's arrest and death have been assigned to pay administrative duties. Philadelphia. President Barack Obama on Wednesday praised Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton said she was more qualified for the role than he was. Philadelphia. President Obama charged the Democratic Party as he's led for 8 years, lives up to Hillary Clinton, who said he will carry his legacy forward. Fed keeps key interest rate steady but sees fewer risks. Ford earned $2 billion in the second quarter of the year, down 9% from a year earlier. The long-running boom in the U.S. vehicle sales showed signs of cooling. Ordered a car, the Diddy Chashin kiosk in Shanghai, strict government rules in China have tripped up a local Ford internet companies like golden ride-hail services like Uber and Diddy. Washington, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau on Thursday unveiled an outline of new rules to rein in aggressive debt collection practices. The Hague, Netherlands, lower crude oil prices continue to present problems for the industry and Shell is now focused on retooled efforts, the chief executive officer said. Austin, Texas, total crude oil production in Texas recorded nearly a 3% decline year-on-year for May, a state energy regulator reported. Regina, Saskatchewan, Husky Energy said it was more than 400 people on the ground in Saskatchewan responding to an oil spill and committed itself to the transparent investigation. Houston, Meyer, and sentiments expressed by Pierce Oilfield Services Company were represented market, particularly in North America, has bottomed out. Los Angeles. Whole Foods sales continue to struggle with the company reporting its fourth consecutive quarter on declining sales after the stores opened at last the year. Hawthorne, California. SpaceX has probably spent about $300 million for this in demand. Red Dragon mission and Mars NASA estimates Los Angeles blog site Tumblr announced plan to introduce advertising across all pages on the site. Okay, take a look at some stocks. The Dow is going to start today, 18,432.17, SP 521.66.58, and NASDAQ 5,139.81. Only gray wolf indigenous in North America. A new study claims that there is only 1 to 6 species of wolf indigenous in North America. The gray wolf. Researchers purposely fought great apes had little control over the organizationally making them when they are hungry and excited. Cirrus is covered in a kind of small, yet greater but none larger than 175 miles in diameter. 2. Scientists says a huge mystery given the dwarf planet must have been hit by numerous large asteroids during its 4.5. Otis, Massachusetts police said New York City woman visiting friends in West Massachusetts has died while swimming in a local pond. Otis police said 48-year-old Marilyn Joseph of Brooklyn and 13-year-old son were on a paddleboat on White Lily Pond on Tuesday evening when she apparently decided to go for a swim. Police said she immediately struggling efforts by her son and a resident of the area to save her were successful. Springfield, Massachusetts Springfield police have investigated after a 16-year-old boy turned up at the hospital with a gunshot wound and told investigators he was robbed of his cell phone. Okay, take a look at New England alerts and busted ACW at a 40 Walk Gill Street, a fire in the basement of a church. Peter Children's time is now 8:36 on this furthermore in Tada for a spot report. Last night, the Boston Red Sox got swept by the Detroit Tigers at Fenway Park 4-3 as the Red Sox will head out to the West Coast and taking on the Los Angeles Angels. Game time 10:05 p.m., which is 7:05 p.m. their time. 2 off-seasons ago, Nick Foles was basking in the glove of the Pro Bowl MVP after posting the best single-season touchdown interception ratio in NFL history. While sometimes it takes something really stupid to convince smart people to do the smart thing. Take Ryan Fitzpatrick and the New York Jets, a journeyman quarterback and the team led the original playoffs last year. Peter Children's time is now 8:37 on this Thursday morning, and it's time now for traffic and transit report. Take a look at the transit alerts. The SL1, SL4 experiencing minor delays due to traffic. Commuter rail. Newbury Rockport train 103, 7:50 a.m. outbound as departed. North Station today is operating 10-50 minutes behind schedule due to delayed railroad equipment. And on the ferries, they are looking good. Alright, take a look at highways and byways. Well, highways and byways in New York City are slow. 95 of the southbound side is backed up from Fairfield all the way up to Greenwich, Connecticut. 95 of the northbound side is backed up from 287 of the Newark Show, New York, all the way up to Stamford, Connecticut. 95 of the northbound side is backed up from Milford to New Haven, Connecticut. 95 of the southbound side also Bedford Stretch. Merritt Parkway to southbound side it is backed up from Bridgeport down to Stamford. Merritt Parkway to southbound side it is also around the Bridgeport Stretch. 25 and 8 southbound side is backed up between Merritt Parkway and 95. I-84 on the westbound side is backed up from Newtown to Danbury. I-84 eastbound side it is backed up after related in Torrington. Route 9 on the eastbound and westbound side is also in Middletown. I-84 eastbound side is backed up due to Britain Stretch. I-91 on the northbound side is backed up for I-84 in Hartford, Connecticut. I-84 eastbound side is also Hartford Stretch. I-84 westbound side is backed up to Hartford Stretch. 91 on the southbound side is sold for $291 with I-84 Hartford, Connecticut. 91 on the southbound side is backed up from $291 to 57 in Springfield. 299 in eastbound side, it is slow around Route 9 and Worcester. 146 to the northbound side is backed up to the Millbury Stretch. 146 on both ends also from North Springfield and Lincoln. 99 and northbound side is backed up for 295 at Lincoln, Route 122 Woonsocket. 146 on the southbound side is sold from 1595 at downtown Providence. 95 on the southbound side, it is sold from 2nd to downtown Providence. 95 on the northbound side, it is backed up from Warclay to downtown Providence. 6th connect to Little Soul for Providence Stretch. 195 westbound side is backed up from Seacock area to downtown Providence. 95 on the southbound side, it is back to the Attleboro Stretch. 485 on the northbound side, it is backed up from 18 and went them all the way out to Route 140 in Franklin. 24 on the northbound side is backed up from 140 in Taunton to 44 in Raynham. 140 on the northbound side, it is backed up before 24 in Taunton. 95 on the northbound side is backed up for the Depository in the Norwood all the way out to Route 128 in Canton. 24 on the northbound side, it is backed up from Avon all the way to Route 120 in Canton. Route 3 on the northbound side, it is backed up from 18 in Wayman fought through the breakthrough split. 7th freshman not bad tired. It's back there from the split all the way at downtown Boston. 7th freshman is set by tired. So the Dorchester stretch. Mass Pack in the east by tired. It's back there from Western all the way to Newton and then Mass Pack to the west by tired. It is so from Austin by all the way to Newton. 93 to stop by tired. It is slow from Medford all the way to Zinkenbridge. Route 1 is stop by tired. It is slow around the river down to Boston. Mass Pack East by tide. A little slow from South Boston all the way out to Logan Airport. 120 at the North by tide. It is back to 135. Needed all the way out to Route 20 Waltham. And 120 South by tide back from Route 3 and Brill to the Route 20 Waltham. 120 South by tide back to from Linfield all the way out to Route 30 in Woburn. Route 3 to South by tide. Slow after Route 495 up in Lowell. 495 to South by tide. Lowell's Road 290 out in Marlborough 495 and the northbound side is back there from Route 2 in Littleton all the way out to Westford and then Pittskin after Route 3 in Lowell. 495 southbound side. So after Route 3 in Lowell, 495 to the southbound side is back there from Walter to Route 93. Spotted turn out at the southbound side. Little slow around. Route 4 in Durham, New Hampshire. 101 on the westbound side. It did slow around. Manchester stretching 95 on the northbound and southbound side. Little and Hampton Tolls up in New Hampshire. And 89 and 91 southbound side. Little after Keely up in Vermont. But highways and byways of Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine not looking good. And 87 to southbound side is backed up after the Canadian border up in Plattsburgh, New York. Peter Channel News Live, 8:41 on this. Thursday morning, and it's time for a weather report. And it is going to be a hot one in store, but relief comes inside of rain. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. Hazardous weather outlook. Day 1 hazardous weather last by the time, but day 2 for 7 Friday for Wednesday. There'll be a risk of localized heavy rain and potential flooding, especially when a thunderstorms as low pressure moves along and solid front across the region. The heaviest rain will likely fall south on the Mass Turnpike. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. For today, most of that's 92 degrees, light south, west wind becoming south at 6 to 11 miles in the morning. Tonight, chance to showers dust was May after 4 a.m. Increased clouds all at 70 degrees and south about 3 to 6 miles out. Chance to 30%, new rain for miles less than 10 minutes. Check out amounts possible thunderstorms. Friday, rain with thunderstorms before 9 a.m. Then rain likely between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Then rain likely possibly a thunderstorm after 4 p.m. Punch right before 10 a.m. Otherwise, clouds sky have 80 degrees. Clouds becoming northeast around 5 miles in the afternoon. Chance to 70%, new rain for miles 3 to half and 3/4 inch possible. Friday night, showers and thunderstorms likely before 2 a.m. Then a slight chance of showers between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. Most skies got about 65 degrees. North for about 5 to 7 miles out. Chance 6%. New rain for about 3 to 1/4 inch possible. Saturday, patch about before 70 miles. Most skies got about 8 for about 65 degrees. North for about 5 to 7 miles out. For Sunday, chance of showers after 10 a.m. Mostly clouds sky about 81 about 64 degrees. Chance 40%. For Monday, chance of showers before 5 p.m. Patch about before 8 a.m. Otherwise, most skies come at 78 degrees and chance 30%. By the night, most skies come at 62 degrees. And for Tuesday, most skies come at 86 about 63 degrees. And for Wednesday, most skies come at 86 degrees. Currently in Norton here, it is 78 degrees with fair skies. Currently in Norton, 77 degrees with fair skies. Humidity of 8%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel Morning News on this Thursday morning, July 28, 2016 on a Thursday. Previously, have a good morning, a good positive attitude, and a good day, and I'll see you at 12 noon for 12 noon report. Have a good morning.